A tier list ranking of 20 most amazing sumo yokozunas? Prepare to discover them. On the SumoSpirit channel, we bring you the ranking of the 20 best sumo wrestlers in history. Let's begin. Let's start with Taiho Koki. Number 2 for him. Taiho Koki was a phenomenon. Born in Sakhalin to a Japanese mother and Ukrainian father, he grew up in Hokkaido, entered makuuchi in 1960, and rocketed to Yokozuna at 21, the youngest at the time. He captured 32 championships, stayed on top for a full decade, and delivered 2 streaks of 6 straight titles. He also ripped off 45 wins in a row, a run so controversial at the end that it helped push sumo toward using video replay. In short, sustained dominance, clean Yotsu sumo, era-defining numbers. Why is he 2 and not number 1? Taiho set the modern standard, but Hakuho later surpassed the big records, including total championships and streak marks in the 6-basho era, which edges Taiho by the finest margin in a greatest of all-time debate. Taiho still keeps elite claims. Youngest Yokozuna of his time, 2 6-basho runs, and the gold standard winning rate in the post-war era. Continue with Wakanohana Kanji 2. Top 18 for him. Wakanohana Kanji 2 rose fast in the late 1970s. He surged from Sanyaku to Ozeki, then earned Yokozuna in 1978 after 3 stellar tournaments against Kitanoumi. He captured 4 top division titles, including a perfect 15-0 inches November 1978, and became a fan favorite for flexible balance and a wicked uwatenagi. His rivalry with Kitanoumi helped define a golden moment for modern sumo. Why does he sit at number 18? The peak was brilliant, but brief. Injuries, illness, and absences limited his reign, and his total championships trail the elite leaders. He retired early in 1983, which caps his all-time case compared with longer, heavier title runs. The impact was real, the numbers were solid, but the ceiling was lower than the top legends. Now the number 4, Asashoryu Akinori. Asashoryu Akinori exploded through the ranks. He debuted in 1999, hit Yokozuna in January 2003, and became the first Mongolian Yokozuna. His peak was pure fire. In 2005, he won all 6 Hanbasho of the year, the first and only full calendar sweep in the 6-tournament era. He finished with 25 top division titles. Power at takiai, ruthless finishing, and a showman edge made him the man to beat. Why is he number 4? The ceiling was historic, the run was shorter. Suspensions and off-dohyo trouble cut into his prime, and he retired in 2010, which limits the longevity argument compared with the absolute top tier. In a greatest list, the case is clear. Unmatched single-year dominance, slightly less total reign. That balance lands him at number 4. Number 16 is for Onokuni Yasushi, a wrestler you probably don't know. Onokuni Yasushi burst through with a textbook promotion run. He claimed his first top division title in 1987 with a perfect 15-0, then rose to Yokozuna that autumn. He added a second championship in March 1988, but his signature moment came later that year in November 1988, when he stopped Chiyonofuji's 53-match winning streak on Sen Shuraku, a result etched into sumo history. Injuries and illness soon bit into his reign, yet his peak was real, and his landmark upset still echoes. Why is he number 16? The resume has a historic high point, but the total body of work is thinner than the elite. 2 Yusho as a Yokozuna, plus long injury spells and uneven results, keep him behind longer, heavier title runs. He is memorable for a giant slayer moment, not sustained dominance, which fits a strong mid-tier placement at 16. Number 7, Futabayama Sadaji. Futabayama Sadaji was a force of nature. He entered sumo in 1927, reached makuuchi by 1932, and was promoted to Yokozuna in 1937. His legend is the streak. 69 consecutive wins from 1936 to 1939, still the all-time record. He captured 12 top division titles in an era with only 2 tournaments per year, which makes his title count punch far above the raw number. His dominance even helped push tournaments from 11 to 15 days as public excitement grew. Why does he sit at 7, ahead of Wajima with more Yusho? Futabayama's peak dominance is unmatched. The 69-bout streak sets a ceiling very few can touch, and his win and title rates are elite when adjusted for the fewer basho of the pre-war calendar. Wajima's 14 yusho are great, but they came in a 6 basho era with more chances per year. Futabayama defines greatness by efficiency and control, not just totals. Number 5 is Kitanoumi Toshimitsu. Kitanoumi Toshimitsu was the rock of the 1970s. He entered pro sumo at 13, reached Yokozuna at 21, youngest at the time, and piled up 24 championships. His best year was 1978, with 5 titles and 82 wins out of 90, a benchmark that stood until the 2000s. Power, balance, and zero drama, he controlled bouts with cold efficiency. Number 5 reason is his historic dominance and longevity, but his totals sit just behind the all-time leaders, and later eras nudged past some of his records. Still, as the defining champion of the 1970s, his case at the top of the list is rock solid. Number 13 you probably don't know, Tochigiyama Masayoshi. Tochigiyama Masayoshi was a Taisho era pillar. The 27th Yokozuna from 1918 to 1925, he won 9 top division titles, including 3 in a row from 1924 to early 1925. Then retired at his peak. He was famed for crisp yotsu control and, at about 104 kilos, remains the lightest Yokozuna on record. He trained at Dewanumi Stable, the powerhouse of that age, and even snapped Tachiyama's long streak head-to-head. Why this position? Early era dominance plus historic notes, but fewer total championships than later giants who had more tournaments per year. As a pioneer with elite efficiency and signature wins, number 13 is a strong, balanced slot. It is the turn for number 11, Harumafuji Kohei. Harumafuji Kohei rose fast and fought smart. He debuted in 2001, reached the top division in 2004, and earned Yokozuna in September 2012 after back-to-back 15-0 titles in July and September. A lighter champion at about 133 kilos, he won with speed, sharp grips, and clean finishes, collecting 9 yusho. His top due to peak brilliance and perfect score runs, but fewer total titles and a shorter reign than the very top names. His career ended in 2017, which also caps the longevity case. Even so, as a master technician and modern Mongolian standard bearer, this slot fits. Musashimaru Koyo, number 9. Musashimaru Koyo was the Colossus from Hawaii. He claimed his first top division title in July 1994 with a perfect 15-0, then kept piling up hardware to finish with 12 yusho. He earned Yokozuna in 1999, and by 1996 he had naturalized as a Japanese citizen. His style was classic power sumo, crushing oshi, stubborn defense, and calm closing strength at the tawara. Why does he sit at number 9? Huge totals and elite longevity in the 1990s, but fewer peak seasons than the absolute top legends, and less multi-year domination than names like Taiho, Chiyonofuji, Hakuho, Asashoryu, and Kitanoumi. After number 9, number 8, Wajima Hiroshi. Wajima Hiroshi was an academic thrower. A Nihon University star, he became the first college graduate to reach Yokozuna in May 1973 and finished with 14 championships. He ruled the 1970s with refined skill, especially the left-handed shita tenage underarm throw, winning memorable tactical battles against heavier foes. Why this position? Elite totals and a true technical pioneer, but a shorter top run than the absolute giants who defined multiple eras. As the standard bearer for university to Yokozuna's success and high-skill throws, number 8 fits. Number 15 is Kakuryu Rikisaburo. Kakuryu Rikisaburo is the quiet craftsman of the 2000s. He debuted in 2001, rose steadily to Ozeki in 2012, and was promoted to Yokozuna in March 2014 after a 14-1 title in Osaka. In total, he claimed 6 top division yusho, winning both before and after promotion, and collected multiple technique prizes for belt work and smart finishes. A model of adaptation, he proved that timing, grips, and patience can beat size. Strong peak and solid totals, but fewer dominant seasons and more injury interruptions than the very top names of his era. That balance places him in the upper mid-tier, a respected technician with a champion's resume. The 10 is Akebono Taro. Akebono Taro broke the ceiling. The Hawaii native became the first foreign-born Yokozuna in January 1993, promoted after back-to-back titles in late 1992 and early 1993. Across the 1990s, he won 11 top division championships, powered by towering reach and heavy oshi, thrusting that set the tone for later overseas stars. He also became a Japanese citizen in 1996, underlining his place in the sport's history. His marquee rivalries, especially with the era's elite, helped define the decade. Historic barrier breaker with double-digit Yusho and era-shaping presence, but fewer total titles and shorter peak than the absolute top legends. As a symbol of the sport's global turn and a dominant force by power sumo, 10 is a strong, balanced slot. 14 is Terunofuji Haruo. Terunofuji Haruo is the comeback blueprint. He rose to Ozeki, crashed to the Jonodan ranks after brutal knee and health problems, then fought back to Makuuchi in 2020, won in return, and reached Yokozuna in 2021. Across divisions, he owns 13 Yusho, 10 in Makuuchi, 2 in Juryo, 1 in Makushita. His second act defined timing, belt control, and unbreakable grit. He retired in January 2025, sealing a story that feels larger than sport. Why so behind? His peak greatness and a historic rise back to the top, but fewer total top division titles and more injury gaps than the absolute legends above him. Behind Kitanoumi in number 6 is Takanohana Koji. Takanohana Koji put sumo back on center stage. The Wakataka boom with his brother drew packed houses, and his own rise was blistering. Yokozuna in November 1994, then 22 championships through the 2000s first year. He produced 4 perfect 15-0 titles, including Autumn and Kyushu 1994, built on iron stance, right hand inside grips, and ruthless finishing. Why number 6? His devastating peak from 1995 to 1997, an era-defining star power, just a notch below the all-time record holders in total dominance and length of reign. Number 20 is Kaio Hiroyuki. Kaio Hiroyuki is the Iron Man of modern sumo. Debuting in 1988, he reached Ozeki in 2000 and held that rank for a record 65 tournaments. He won 5 top division Yusho, collected 15 special prizes, and for a time passed Chiyonofuji for most career wins. His style was classic power with stubborn defense, the kind that wore rivals down year after year. Why is he in the final? He has more Yusho than Wakanohana too, but never reached Yokozuna. This list ranks Yokozuna first by peak and reign, so Kaio's monumental longevity still earns a spot, just at the end of the tier list. Top 3 is Chiyonofuji Mitsugu. Chiyonofuji Mitsugu was the wolf on the dohyo. Lighter than most at roughly 120 kilos, he turned muscle, balance, and precision into a weapon, dominating the 1980s. He earned Yokozuna in 1981, racked up 31 championships, and set a post-war mark with 53 straight wins in 1988 before Onokuni stopped the run. It was not just power, it was perfect grips, clean throws, and a body he rebuilt after early shoulder trouble, pure efficiency, cold nerve, and era-defining numbers. Top 3 because of massive totals, a historic streak, and a decade of control as the face of sumo in the 1980s make him an easy top-tier pick. Only the very top record breakers edge him out. Place 12 is for Tamanishiki Sanemon. Tamanishiki Sanemon was a cornerstone of early modern sumo. The 32nd Yokozuna from 1932 to 1938, he won 9 top division titles and ruled the ring until Futabayama's rise. He was known for crisp belt work and a dignified presence, and he helped popularize the high leg lift in the Yokozuna ring entrance. Clear era leader with 9 titles in 1929 to 1936, but fewer total championships than later giants who had more tournaments each year. As a pillar who linked the classical style to modern sumo, place 12 fits. Now we have a current wrestler in the top 17, Onosato Daiki. Onosato Daiki is the new standard for fast-track greatness. A university ace, he entered the pros via Makushita, Tsukedashi, in 2023, rocketed to the top division by 2024, and became the 75th Yokozuna in May 2025 after back-to-back titles. He already owns 5 makuuchi Yusho and a stack of special prizes, built on calm power, crisp belt work, and big match composure. Why number 17? He is still early in his career. The resume is explosive but shorter than the all-time giants. If he keeps this pace, his rank will climb fast in the next few years. For now, Elite trajectory plus record-setting promotion speed makes 17 the right spot. The next is Onosato's coach, Kisenosato Yutaka, who is in the top 19. Kisenosato Yutaka was the eternal contender who finally broke through. After years as Ozeki, with a record 12 runner-up finishes, he won the Hatsu tournament in 2017 and was promoted to the 72nd Yokozuna a few days later, the first Japan-born wrestler to reach the rank since 1998. 2 months after promotion, he captured his second title at Haru 2017, gutting it out despite a torn left pectoral. He retired in 2019 and now leads Nishonoseki's stable as the coach guiding Onosato. Why this position? Massive consistency and a nation-lifting promotion, but only 2 top division championships and a very short Yokozuna run due to injury keep him below the all-time dominators. As a symbol who ended a long drought for Japan and as Onosato's mentor, a firm mid-tier spot fits. Finally, the GOAT number 1 Hakuho Sho. Hakuho Sho is the complete champion. Promoted to Yokozuna in 2007 after back-to-back titles, he blended perfect balance, sharp belt work, and ruthless match IQ for more than a decade at the peak. He holds 45 top division championships, the all-time record, plus the marks for most career wins and most top division wins. He also owns 16 undefeated titles and the best single-year win total with 86 of 90 twice. Technical range, longevity, and a killer instinct across generations make him the clear number 1. Why is he the GOAT? He checks every box at once: quantity of titles, quality of rivals, streaks, and records that still stand. From the late 2000s through the 2000s and 20s, he set the bar and then raised it again. Even after retirement in 2021, his legacy keeps growing in the sports story. We have the top 20 sumo wrestlers. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, leave a comment, and subscribe to the SumoSpirit channel for more content. See you in the next video.